Yeah, so how do you know Ilias?
So I met Ilias. We both went to VCU, and so Ilias used to do events. Well, he still does, and I was doing events. And I think he was coming to my events first, and then 2 years later, he reached back out like, "Yo, man, I'm a big supporter. I used to come to all your events. We should collab and do some stuff." So we did some events in Richmond, Virginia for VCU, and we both was working for a club, and we was bringing in a lot of the student body to this venue. And then I realized what the venue was doing, and I told him like, "Hey man, you better off doing this by yourself, because the club ain't paying you your worth." So we both kind of like split up after that. But anytime we able to meet up again, we definitely make things happen together. So
Nice. Yeah. So you took him under your wing. That's good to hear.
I took him under my wing. I was like, "Hey, I think you should do this, this, and this," because he was doing a lot of house shows and everything. And I basically was telling him like, "Hey, you gotta keep engaged with your customers. You might need to start selling tickets while you're doing your text blast and everything, and just showing them different ropes with marketing and how to keep people coming to your events, and how to reach out to the new artists and stuff."
Gotcha. Yeah. So how exactly did you get into the whole like promotion side of things?
So usually I call them campaigns. And usually, for instance, if I have some big events coming up, like a year later or a year coming in, I do like a big campaign for the students. So we have network pages we use, such as VCU Network, NSU Network, HU Network, Hampton Network. And these are shout out pages for like the incoming students that's coming into the area. So for 6 or 7 months, we shout out all the new students coming into the area. So the students usually come to the area around August, and we run a big welcome week campaign tour. So like for instance, this year we did a tour for Norfolk State, Hampton University, Old Dominion, VCU, Howard University, Virginia State, Virginia Union. So the month of August, we put together, I would say about 3 weeks of events. Every weekend, the first week when they move in, they got the chance to go out every single day to either we partnering with different venues and hookah lounges, and some people even open up their houses for house parties and stuff. And so for that whole week or two, the students that we've been shouting out for the past couple months, they finally come in town and they come to these events and they get the opportunity to meet people versus them meeting people within a week or 2 or 3 span. Because you know how it is when you're a new student, it takes a while for you to meet people, but these parties give people like the opportunity to meet people they would normally haven't met. So I would say we're a community of people, young professionals and alumni from different colleges that come together, put together good events for the students and the student body to enjoy. So yeah, our long-term goal is to get the universities to partner with us, because honestly, a lot of the students that come in, they come in because they found out about us. Of course, about the curriculum and the academics, but let's be honest, students want to know if these schools are like good party schools, or would there be other stuff going on besides like these studies and academics. So we're kind of that helping hand that the students need. And what made me realize that is when students graduate and come back, they still reach back out. Like, hey, if it wasn't for you guys, my freshman, sophomore year would have sucked. Because, by your sophomore year, by your junior year, you meet enough connections and you don't party as much. But when it's time to go out, like homecoming and Halloween, you know who to go to. So we're that to go to people that people always go to when they want to have a good time. So we started off with parties, but now we're into like talent shows and open mics and doing anything to help like the student body.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, if you want to partner with these universities, I guess you can't really only focus on the partying. You kind of have to get into all the events that go on the university. So do you go like with the fraternities, the clubs, the other kind of like social gatherings of any kind?
I was breaking up. I'm sorry. You was breaking up. I'm sorry. You gotta repeat that.
So I was just asking, like, I mean, you guys want to try to word that? I don't know what else. You guys can ask any questions.
Are you talking about connecting with like fraternities in Greek life?
I guess just anything on a
Like
university.
on campus.
Oh,
Yeah, they want the whole university to be
So
like a
we-
partnership.
we usually try to connect with student orgs and fraternities. So right now we do have a strong relationship with like I say like I don't know if y'all know the fraternity names, like the Qs and the Kappas and the Deltas and
Okay.
SG Rows. But now we're trying to be more international, you know. So we want to reach out to everyone. So now we're trying to reach out to anyone that's willing to have an open mind and willing to work.
Yeah,
Okay.
that makes sense. I mean, it seems like right now a lot of fraternities, they only want like their fraternity brothers in, and then any kind of girl. But I feel like soon there could go in that direction where there's just like social events, like maybe bars can host you and they can let anyone in, and that's where I think these NFTs can kind of come in and serve as just like a membership pass. And that's something that we can definitely try to get into. Do you guys have any questions?
So when it comes to like moving into the international spectrum, since you're working with basically just like the student body, when you go international, are you going to be looking for like international universities? Like, are you looking for universities in Europe? Like, what's the game plan? Where are you going to hit first?
So when I say internationally, I meant like as far as hitting like the big schools and the general population.
Okay.
So not just African American. Now we want African American, Latino, Asian, Caucasian. We want to incorporate all of that. So in order to do that, we have to switch things out. We have to add in different DJs. We have to hire more people. We might have to pay fraternities to collab with us. Donate to different organizations. So that's usually what we would have to do to tap into those new markets. You got to spend a little bit of money to get to where you want to go. Yeah,
I definitely agree with that. So in the case of spanning out from not just the HBCU community, but then going into like a larger spectrum of like the big state universities, like for instance UVA, University of Alabama, NYU, those type of schools. Are you like what would you rather work with a fraternity or a sorority? Because for fraternities, they hold a lot of house events, right? But then with a lot of sororities at most campuses, they're not allowed to hold house events, but they hold a lot of mixers at club scenes or bars. So what would be your preference?
My preference, honestly, probably would be the fraternities because they would be a little bit more lenient.
Gotcha.
Because everyone is so tied in, and it's a close membership, invite only. But since I'm a club promoter and I have access to different venues, that could open the door more. Female fraternities, they go wherever the guy fraternities go. So that kind of like comes along with the punch. So once you get the good reputation and they vouch for you, then that's when the female fraternities come in. Like, hey, so and so refer me to you. Can you help us with this? Gotcha. And then after that, that's kind of like your way in. That's kind of like your way in. But once you get in, you have to stay in. Because every year they get new members, and then it's a reset process every year.
Yeah. So, have you thought? So, giving the example of like the University of Alabama. So for the fraternities, the fraternities are actually probably less of an importance than the sororities. The sororities hold most of the money. Those sororities at the University of Alabama are funneling in at least $1 million a year, right? They're holding events, they have pomping, they have, they're doing their mixers with other fraternities for their their brother fraternity or whatever. And then they're also doing like club events for like certain themes, like they'll do like a color rush event, that type of thing. When it comes to those, I feel that would be like a really good way to implement yourself, because the amount of money that they put into just setting up these events is ridiculous. And the amount of money that's influxing between these sororities, at least at the University of Alabama, it's each girl on average is paying around $6,000 a semester for the sorority alone, just for the dues, not including housing. And they have around 135 to 150 new members each semester, or for fall rush. For fall rush, about 150. For spring, about 80. And they're housing around 200 plus people in their houses.
Yeah.
That's insane.
very crazy. But the money is their events, because not only do they have events at their houses, but it's not parties per se, but that could be a place where you venture out and you're able to attract a different type of clientele. So they do like they'll do a crawfish event, right? And all the like each sorority does one, and you can get your hands on each sorority by providing a service for them. And that would be that. Then you're making like 4 or like 5 to 6 times as much as you would with just working with 1 or 2 sororities or fraternities.
Also, I think that's where the NFT things can really come into handy. I feel like I've been doing a little bit of research on the NFTs, but we do a big Miami spring break campaign every March. So for 3 weeks, we go out there and we do events. And so just to give you a little idea of what I had in mind, I wanted to have an NFT on our flyer. I do QR codes where people can buy tickets. They scan the QR code and they can buy the ticket. I wanted to integrate the NFT in return. Instead of having the QR code, have the NFT right there, and they can scan the NFT, and the tickets will open up. And then also an option to buy that NFT. So I was looking for like a certain logo that would resemble Miami spring break, So that's something that everyone's gonna want to buy because, everyone wants to go to Miami for spring break, So that'd be like, that graphic can be like a memory. Oh yeah, this for Miami spring break. If I buy this, I'm a member forever,
So you said you're currently using the QR codes as kind of like the entrance into that. Do they basically buy a ticket, then they come and they scan the QR code, and then that registers to you guys that they have that ticket, right?
Yeah, and then we have we use a text blast. We use a text blast also where they subscribe a phone number right after they get a ticket. Like the way it's set up, once you buy your ticket, you subscribe to the phone number also.
Yeah. So I think they currently you can have like the wallet address, right? So you have wallet addresses that are linked to NFTs right now. So one idea of what you could do to kind of like start the implementation of this would be researching, ways to basically create a QR code that would then basically open up a page that confirms their wallet address and the actual NFT in that wallet, right?
Yeah, I think we can actually do this already, given like our current setup. So first, I'm gonna ask if you, let's say you're promoting a club, would the club be able to tell which people that are attending came from your promotion versus just having to walk by on the street and come in?
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
So like, let's say you're promoting a club, would the club owners be able to tell who in attendance came due to your promotion and who just happened to walk in for whatever reason?
Oh yeah, because we have people got to come in and scan their tickets.
And they get their tickets, like a specific ticket just from you?
Yeah, as soon as they buy a ticket, they get a digital ticket straight to their email. So when they show up with the ticket, and I mean, they have their own broker there. They'll know. Usually they'll keep track of how many tickets came in, and then that's how they know how many new people came in and who's their regulars. But sometimes even the regulars buy the tickets because they find out word of mouth.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So what we're doing right now is that people can go onto our website and they can like pre-order an NFT, and with that they can enter in like a text. And let's say they want to enter in your discount code, like your code, which would link to like a ticket that's specific to you going to a club. They can do that, and then whenever they buy the ticket, they would actually get that in possession, which then they can go and they can show that is theirs. And then they can we can track how many exactly that you're getting. And let's say on our Discord server, whoever actually owns the NFT, they can go into like your channel, and then that's when you can be promoting like, come to this club for this discount, or I don't know like how you actually do for the promotions. You do like discounts, or is it just like word of mouth? Like there's gonna be a pop in people there.
Usually anyone that subscribes to the text blast or we have the email, they'll get a discount. So the kind of that same concept will be switched over to NFT. Anyone that owns the NFT get access to all the discounts and everything.
Gotcha. Yeah, so it seems like the text blasts would kind of be going in this That's the same thing that we're doing, but with our Discord like individual channel, where anyone could be in the whole server. They can only see this one channel if they own and they prove they own the NFT, and they can prove they own the NFT through the Discord bots that we have set up, where they have to check the wallet addresses. So it's kind of like complicated right now, but it seems like it is very possible to get that set up. And like right now, we're just selling our own NFTs, but we could venture into creating customized NFTs that are for your own promotion, but that would have to be in collaboration with the club that you're trying to get people to go to.
So with that being said, say I hypothetically speaking, say I ask, hey, can you guys help me create an NFT? What like percentage would y'all want from that, or would y'all just charge from creating an NFT?
So wouldn't it just be like it would get minted, and then you guys would be able to drop them, and then the smart contract would basically say that when you sell these NFTs as memberships, any transaction after that, like let's say you sold 100 tickets of NFTs, and then those people owned those memberships for that amount of time. But let's say they wanted to sell it, right? Because a lot of people, what they do is they'll buy tickets and they'll flip those tickets, right?
Yeah.
So what would happen is, let's say you sold, what's a medium price for like one of the tickets to one of your events?
Right now we've been doing this crazy promotion where ladies are 2 for $5 and guys are 2 for $10.
2 for $5. Okay, 2 for $10. So I'm not exactly sure how this would work with multiple people, but let's say one person owned one of those where it was like 2 for $10, right? They paid you $10. In the smart contract, let's say all of them sold out and they wanted to resell that to somebody else, and they marked up the price to $50. You could specify in the smart contract that in that next transaction, you would make 10% on top of that. And then let's say it was sold 5 times. Every single time it was sold, you would make more money. So it would basically be like selling a ticket that you'd make money off of if somebody resold it. Instead of somebody just taking your ticket for $10, reselling for 50, you don't make any more money.
So it just keeps going and going and going.
Keeps going and going. And then what you can do is just leave them in circulation. And then instead of you having to sell tickets to people anymore, they'll just keep reselling the same tickets that are in circulation, and you'll just keep making more money.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Cause I was just thinking, all my big campaigns, I call all my parties campaigns now. Miami Spring Break, Welcome Week, Homecoming, Halloween weekend, New Year's. Those 6 alone can all be incorporated with an NFT that can keep getting recycled every year.
Yeah, and the reason why it's possible is literally because of the decentralization, and the reason that you can track all of these transactions. You know, they're all anonymous, but you have records of who passed it to who and who passed it to who based on a wallet ID or some anonymous ID for transacting. It would be kind of like if you placed a tracker on one of your tickets, you know, that you have right now, and then every time it was resold or flipped to somebody else, since you know that transaction occurred, you can then take a little bit of it. The people that are reselling these tickets, they're not gonna feel like you're stealing from them, because they're still gonna make money. If they sell it for $50 and you get back 5, then they're still making $45, you know? But it makes sense that you should deserve some of that money since you're the one who provided it in the first place.
Yeah, and going off of that, if let's say you give out 100 tickets and someone buys all 100 off of you, and like that's good for you because you sold them all, but maybe like they just hoard them and like no one shows up to the club. You can reward people that actually buy the tickets and show up to the club, because the club can mark or make note of the wallet addresses, and then come like the next night you have another, maybe the same club, just like the night 2. You can give like whoever actually proved that they went to the club, you can take their wallet address and you can give them an extra discount to come back that second night. So you can kind of track exactly who is coming. You can reward them with even more.
But back to the original question, talking about like if we were to create an NFT, a custom NFT for you to promote as a ticket for events or any campaigns that you'd be doing, it would most likely it would have to be circumstantial, because there's certain instances where it would be better if you wanted to collab with us and we're using the Astral Kingdom brand in order to create an NFT for you, then we would obviously want some sort of percentage. But in the case where you're just outsourcing us for just the creation of an NFT, it would just be like a paid up front.
Yeah. And the good news about like smart contracts is, like, let's say you wanted 10%, right? And you didn't want to go below 10%, but since we helped in the minting process, we want 5%. you could just make it so that every transaction after, you would still get 10%. We would just get 5. So we'd actually just be taking 15% from the additional transactions instead of 10.
Yep.
Yeah, and it seems like right now selling tickets would be like fungible tokens. Like we sell the non-fungible tokens, which would mean that each ticket has to be different from the other one. So then you can kind of do those in waves, where maybe like the first wave would be you have to come in at this allocated time period, and then the second wave is the next time. Like you need to somehow make them different from one another, or else they're just gonna be fungible tokens, and that's pretty much what you're doing right now. So in order to make an NFT, you kind of have to have, like right now we're just doing artwork, and that's what actually makes them stand out. But you would have to think of some kind of unique characteristic that would make one separate from the next.
So I have somewhat of an idea for that. So a lot of tickets have their specific designs on them, or like
For like credit cards.
Yeah, it's like a credit card,
Yeah.
right? So in the instance of like tickets, to make sure that no one else, like, because what people could do with the NFT is they could copy it and try and mint a similar one. What you could do is if we were like to collab and create like NFTs for you, what we would do is we create just almost like different variants of the same artwork, same thing that we're doing now, and those would be the only tickets that would be able to be sold, and that would discourage people from not only trying to do it fraudulently, but then also it would allow them to possibly resell it as just an NFT. Because they could use it originally as a ticket to get into whatever event that you're promoting, but then afterwards they could be like, okay, this art is actually really dope. I'm just gonna go sell it on OpenSea or another one of the NFT marketplaces. And now it's kind of relatively easy because OpenSea just created their app, so they could do it from the phone.
Yeah, but the thing is, like NFTs, they don't have to just be artwork, right? So the one example is literally QR codes. QR codes are unique. Every single QR code that you get is a unique combination of all these little black, I mean, you've probably looked at them and stared at them, and like they look like little mazes, you know? So that's another example of something where you know, you don't need someone or people like us that are doing things for art. You could do all of this yourself, and they have things online that randomly generate unique IDs, right? And the ID could just be represented like a QR code, where the NFT isn't actually artwork. It's literally just, you know, some black lines, and all of them are unique, and you put it on a little card, and all the cards are unique, you know, kind of like a credit card. I was actually looking at credit cards. I don't know, you know, when you get one, and I didn't even know this, but you can pay like premium prices for like a really cool like picture on your credit card.
Oh yeah, like a customized credit card. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's it could be similar to that, you know. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be artwork, you know.
Yeah. Like right now I was thinking like it's gonna take some time to get these NFTs to be like kind of mainstream, where you have a full night of people that are buying them and like being able to show their wallet address to like the book person, and then they're able to like track all of that. So in the meantime, I was thinking like, what if you were able to continue selling tickets however you do, but you give them a code that they can go and buy our NFT. And if they do that, then you get a percentage of each and every transaction. So let's say they buy an original NFT from us with your discount code, then you would get like, let's say 10% of the profits from that. Then they go and resell it. Then you get 10% of that resale, and then so on and so forth. Like every time it's resold with like your code, you would get a percentage. This way, like you are continuously promoting your clubs right now, but you're giving your extra discount code to anyone. And then if they own your NFT or our NFT with your code, then they can go onto our Discord, where you'd be putting in the low key like places to go for the night, or some kind of like valuable insight that you can give to these people to kind of incentivize them to even want to buy our NFT with your discount code. Does that make any sense?
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. So y'all will have, basically I will create a tracking link for us where you can be able to know that it's coming from us.
Yeah, I can show you right now.
Yeah, and here real quick, Andrew, try not to touch the table because
Gotcha. Yeah, I see
thing
that.
is like hold on.
Gotcha. All right, so this is our website, and like these are like the arts that we're designing. But down here, you can register for the pre-sale, and so like whenever the day comes, you can actually just do this as like an actual purchase. And right now we have the name and email, but instead of email, we can just do a code. Or for us, it can be like, for you, it can be like Kr3ative M1ndz or something like that. They hit submit and they buy it. That means their NFT that they purchase is like it's like captioned with your code. Like no one sees it besides on the back end, we'd see it. And then we can go into the Discord. Here, I have to.
Oh, you're talking about if we like embedded the code for his like tickets in our NFTs.
Yeah.
That's actually
I'm with that.
very possible.
Because then, like right now, we have like anyone, whether they own an NFT or not, they can only chat and like see this general chat. Down here, instead of like affirmation, we can have your own specific channel where then you can be texting or like messaging, like come to this club for this, get this percentage off, or come to this club, everyone's going, the celebrity's going. Where only the people that have purchased your NFT, they can see that. So they get like the inside knowledge. And that's kind of like the benefit. And then you would still get the percentage for every single like sale. So that's something like we can do that like ASAP until these NFTs become more mainstream where people can actually purchase them through the methods that we were talking about before.
Okay, so basically, just to make sure I got everything, say for instance, let's say New Year's, I want to embed an NFT with the ticket link. What's the starting process? One of your NFTs.
Ours would drop in December 21st. So I mean, we can do another drop. We can probably do a whole different like collection just for this New Year's, where the artwork can be anything. They can purchase it with the same website, and they can put the same like code in for you, and they can buy their NFT. They can either buy it and resell it for like more money, or they can hold on to it and actually go to the club. And we would still be able to track which NFTs are tied to your code, and each time like they're resold, like how much money you'd be making from that. And then whoever owns it, they can access the inside information that you'd be providing onto the Discord.
Okay, and so say we got a generic flyer, a pass out flyer, and your NFT is on the bottom left. Can they scan that NFT right there and everything will show up to buy it?
I'm thinking they'd have to scan a QR code to go to the website, and then they'd have to order it from the website.
I don't think we don't have the rendering technology to scan a NFT.
Well, yeah, I mean, because QR
that,
codes
though.
are the like standardized way of like having a link that connects to a portal, some kind of server or website.
But with Baros, we had the idea where we had the logo on the 3D print, and people would just like hold it. But I mean, that's not
that was for the purpose of getting a rendered 3D model, and that's possible. You can do that.
Yeah.
But that programming is not so.
I would say that's going to happen around the same time that the NFTs are all mainstream.
Okay, so an NFT party where in order to get in the party, they have to buy this NFT for $5.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would say the way that you could drive these prices down, because like for our NFTs, the worth of them is kind of based in the money that we put into getting the art developed. But like if your main purpose of this is like for us, it's like we want the art to look as best as possible, because that kind of is what attracts the user. But for you, it's literally your connections and your parties, and you have all of this stuff that you already bring. So you could save a lot of money on the fact that you wouldn't have to really invest into hiring crazy professional people to like make artwork. Like you could literally make it the easiest type of artwork. I mean, you've seen some of the NFTs like pixel art and stuff like that. It looked like somebody just went on Photoshop and just like took an image. Like you could just do that.
I have an idea though. So like right now, if you buy a ticket to any of these clubs, you're just in, and from there you can spend your money. You can get the tables, you can buy the bottles or anything. For right now with the NFTs, you can buy like an unknown NFT that you don't previously see the artwork, but maybe like it's just completely based on like rarity or like a percentage. So let's say you buy an NFT and you get like a basic one. That just acts like a normal ticket. But if you get like one of the rare ones, like a golden one or something, then you can get like a free bottle or a free drink or a free like table or something like that. So then that person can either keep it or they can try to resell it. And if they keep it, then they can get the exclusive offer that the club is giving them, or they can resell it for more, and then you would still be getting that percentage, or the club would be getting a percentage.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, it'd be
It's
kind of like it's like a giveaway incentive.
Yeah.
You'd
Like
have
a
like
giveaway
a certain amount of allocated like giveaways, like one bottle here, something here, and then people can randomly receive a rare NFT. And if the rare ones, I mean, these could skyrocket in value. People want them that bad, you know? Like let's say somebody, let's say you got some famous person that's coming to the club one night, and one of those rare ones had just dropped, and the person's reselling it for like $5,000 because they really want to come see this artist, and you had for 10% or something like that, and you just was that $500?
Or
$500.
It could even be like, let's say like there's two clubs right next to each other and they want to do a partnership where you buy one NFT and you can get into both. So maybe like someone buys the NFT so they can get to the first one, but then they have their plans changed. They have to go somewhere else. Then they can resell their NFT to someone that's just trying to go to the second night. So then they can still make some money, and you'd make extra money. And people there would still be people going to both.
Well, there's so many variances now, Andrew. Now that you brought up that idea, you could do it. You could also do it like this. You have your basic NFTs. You have like the gold NFTs. Like you could do like silver, gold, platinum, and diamond, right? You can have like 4 levels of the NFTs, right? Basic just gets you in to the main event, right? And then you have your gold pass, right? The golden NFT, which is a little bit more rare, and they could get into, both clubs. Like if there's 2 events going on relatively close to each other, it would allow them to bounce between. And then if you got the platinum one, maybe there was 2 events on 2 different days. It would allow them to get into like both events on both days, along with the 2 events going on at the same time, right?
Yeah.
And then, but if there's a diamond, right? Say that's like the VIP, right? So if there's a performer and he has like an after party or something, that would get him into the after party, right? But that would be like top dollar. That would be the most premium payment.
It seems like what we're talking about right now is like there's 2 things we're trying to maximize here. Basically, this would not only make like us money, the ones who created the NFTs, but also make other people more money that are just using the NFTs. It's maximizing transactions and maximizing scarcity and incentive.
Yeah. They only have like a night to make these transactions, or else like after that night, there's gonna be no purpose in holding it. So people want to buy them and like quickly resell, and like the price is gonna be very volatile.
Yep.
So say I because I do VIP tickets also. So say I was doing I was using Ticketly or Eventbrite, where the VIP tickets, say the VIP tickets was like $20, includes a free NFT. But in order for them to get the NFT, they had to come to the party and sign up, and then I pay for it, and you put their information in, and boom, they get the NFT.
Oh yeah, we can airdrop. That's what we do for our NFTs, is like if you own one and you can prove that you own one, then you can get a free anything. And so maybe if you are actually present, you can scan this QR code that like links to your wallet, where then the back end, like we would have a list of all the wallets. And either that night or the next morning or something, we would just airdrop maybe another ticket or anything. Like we can literally give them another
instead
NFT.
of making the tickets the fungible thing, the non-fungible thing, the NFT is, but then you're still giving people tickets.
Whoa. The airdrop ticket could be like a photo that you're like with your squad or something, or like maybe a highlight of the night or something.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Wow. Let's see.
Yeah, we should have.
We really just went down that rabbit hole. So
Did we hit almost everything?
I think that was yeah. Is there anything else that you're thinking of?
Oh no, man! That I'm just ready to make some money. The next big. I feel back to school. Back to school in the spring is the next big campaign. So I'm hoping we can put something together that makes sense for both ends. But I do like the last thing I said about the VIPs doing the VIP tickets that includes a free NFT, but they must show up to the event in order to get the free NFT, and then signing these people up and telling them, hey, like you're now part of a membership now with this NFT.
So,
you know.
So I think the best path forwards, I would say, for like what you're about to do, the one thing that I'm thinking about is like for you, it's like the transition, right? Because right now, all of your whole audience, they only know one way of doing it, which is the current way that you have now, right? Also, a lot of people they have really no idea. Like about a month ago, I had no idea what NFTs even were. Like I didn't, I had absolutely no idea. So I think the best thing to do that you could start doing right now that wouldn't involve any like spending money or doing anything is kind of developing like a timeline for where you want to take this. Maybe just on like one page that you kind of like promote, right, to your audience, and you just kind of tell them, hey guys, this is kind of what I really want to do. This is how it could benefit you. You know, this is how it could make life easier for everyone to get in, you know, and this is how you could take advantage of it too, you know, because you want everyone to get excited for it. You want everyone to be waiting for this transition, you know, on the edge of their seat, just like, oh, when are they doing this? When am I going to be able to buy it? You know, when am I going to be able to buy one and then go out and then change my plans at the last minute and make $1,000, you know? Like, when can I start doing this? So I think that would be the next step for you. That would just be awareness, like driving awareness in your audience.
Yeah.
Letting them know what's to come in the future.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking, like, for now, let's say like you're still doing everything that you're currently doing, but you could sneak in the offer, be like, hey, if you use this code and you buy one of our NFTs, then you can get inside knowledge either about like how to even get into promotion or anything that you want to share. It can be in this like little channel, and that's something like you can get them familiarized with how to even purchase an NFT, what an NFT even is, and then like I think that would either like kind of gain the awareness in that direction, at least like in terms of like promotion, like you're doing these campaigns.
That's it.
It would literally be no cost to you, and then any like if people do actually use your code to buy them, then you would still be making free money, literally just by doing what you're doing and adding this on top of whatever text message chain that you're already sending out to everyone.
So the code. So moving forward, you guys are going to send me a code that I can.
Yeah, I mean, we can do either a code personally for you, or it can be a code for each night. Let's say you're promoting it at the Cloud or something. We can give you a specific Cloud code that we would use only for that one night, and we would still be able to track that.
Okay, yeah, most definitely. Yeah, let's definitely let's keep scheduling calls. I definitely am interested. I want to help you guys. You guys want to help me. I think we can work hand in hand. And any information you guys have, or any, I don't know if y'all do like newsletters or anything. Just definitely keep me in the loop.
I have some connects for you down. If you're trying to expand onto more of a national level, you need to go down to Bama. It's #1 Greek life in the nation. So they are #1 right now. So
Alabama, man.
no, I'm telling you, they have, what was it? Pike and KA. They had Key Glock, Sean Kingston. We had what's his name? Carnage. What?
Carnage.
Carnage. Is it? No. You know the guy who does the oh, bro, what is his name? Oh my god. He does beats for Migos maybe?
I don't know, bro.
But basically I have a couple contacts in Greek life that I could send you, and they could hook it up on both like sorority and Greek like fraternity like ends.
Yeah, it seems like no matter what, as long as we start implementing NFTs in any way, it's going to benefit you. It's going to benefit us as the ones actually creating the whole back end of everything. And it should ideally benefit both the clubs that are paying you to promote and the people that are buying them, because then they can make some money as well. As opposed to right now, they're just like their only like benefit is having a good time.
Yeah.
Tracking
now they can have a good time and make some money doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Sick.
Yeah. All right. Well, sounds good. I mean, I recorded this, so I can always send that to you. We'll get it posted, and we'll try to clip it up, and maybe you can start sharing those to anyone that would be interested, other promoters, and yeah, man. The more that we talk about it, I'm sure we'll start having some goals.
Murda Beats.
Murda Beats.
Murda Beats.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Murda Beats. He's hot.
Yeah. That's who came to my fraternity.
They came to your fraternity?
Yeah.
What the
He
heck?
came to our house. Yeah.
That's crazy. Why
Well,
did you
sure. I gotta get back to work, fellas. Just don't forget to send me the info.
Sounds
All
good.
right,
We'll
will
do.
do.
All
It's
right.
nice talking to you,
Yeah,
man.
thanks for coming.
Nice talking
You too, man. Drop your Instagram whenever y'all get the chance.
We'll do.
Josh,
Will
All
do.
right. See you.